Hey folks, just a quick tip when you're installing your dryer vent exhaust out the wall. We recently had some work done in our kitchen. We had a kitchen remodel. It looks great. And I think when the guys put this back into the wall, we had some work done in the laundry room as well. I think they over tightened this here. Now it could have been me, I'm not really sure, but just as putting things back together, whoever did it, this got over tightened. You can see that is not completely round, and when the dryer was on, this was not actually opening. It would stay pretty much just like that. I don't have a picture of that because I kind of fixed it before I started this video. But anyway, it was not opening, and even when I put it on my shop vac exhaust, it was not opening. So a nice size shop vac has quite an exhaust, and if it's not able to open that, then there is a problem. So before I did anything else, I vacuumed it off, of course, got the dust out, and then I just loosened up over here. And again, this could have been my fault when I first installed it, but it's been working pretty good for years. So I just think when the guys put things back together, it may have over tightened a little bit. So it's just as simple as loosening this up. You want to loosen that up so that this plastic piece retains its round shape. If you lose the roundness, this flap is not going to open. And check it time and again while you're running. What I had been doing for the last week or so is just pulling this off, opening up the flap by hand, making sure the air was flowing through there, which would keep it open, and then put it back on. This is kind of a redundant flap because I also have a flap on the exterior of the house as well. So maybe this is more redundant than I need it to be, but I like to try to, especially in the wintertime, keep that cold air out. And of course, one of the problems, obviously, if this doesn't open all the way, your clothes won't dry. You need to have a good flow of the exhaust of the dryer in order for your clothes to dry. So if this doesn't open all the way, or if your dryer vent hose is kinked in some way, it has too many bends in it, or it's been crushed, your clothes are not going to dry. It creates a fire hazard, in worst case scenario, and then the other scenario is your clothes are not going to dry. You'll have to run it, keep running and running and running. So make sure this is the dryer vent hose, and this all functions as it should, so your dryer can be as efficient as possible. Okay, so let's take a look at it on my shop vac to see if it opens up, and then I'll put it on the dryer to see if that runs, and see if it opens itself, and then I'll reinstall it. Okay. Alright, so I can see that this is actually opening as far as it can. It has these little catches over here, I forget what you call them, so that it doesn't open up any further than that. So it's opening as far as it possibly can with the vacuum. Now I realize that the air coming out of that vacuum is probably a little bit stronger than what comes out of the dryer, although the dryer comes out pretty strong too. So let's give it a test run on the dryer, and hopefully that'll be in good shape, and we'll be good to put this back into action. Okay, I just have that line on the floor right there. Let's press the go button on the dryer and see what happens. Okay, I think we're good to go. I'm going to shut that off. It's kind of blowing dust all over. Alright, so I gave this one here a nice and tight snug there. Okay, that's metal on metal, so that can be tightened pretty well. Over here I gave that 2 turns, just to make sure, obviously, that I didn't over-tighten that again. So the last test we need to do, I'm going to run to the outside and see if the air is coming through. One other thing, you also want to make sure that the vent in there is horizontal, because that's the way that flap opens. So make sure that these two are, no matter what direction this is coming in, that this should be kind of level across here. You can just eyeball that up. Okay, here we are on the outside of the house, and you can hear it. I can hear it coming up the walkway there, that everything was working fine. A nice blast of air coming out right there. I also feel that this outside flap is open all the way, so we know we're getting a nice gust of air out of there. From inside the laundry room, if I look down at some of these weeds, I can tell if they're moving a bit, then I know that things are working pretty well. Alright, so there you have it. I hope that helps. Now the dryer is able to function and dry the clothes as it should. Thanks for watching. I hope that helps. Take care.